Hi, I'm N7 Strider with my thoughts on the Flash trailer. Now, I was under the impression that the Flash would make an appearance in the season finale of Arrow, so I wanted to stay away from the trailer in case it had any spoilers in it. Unfortunately, the Flash didn't appear in the season finale of Arrow, but I was led to believe he was going to appear, so I've stayed away from the trailer for this amount of time. It's a decent length trailer as well, I think just coming in at over 5 minutes. So there was a lot to take in, so I'm just going to go over the main things that I spotted. I don't really read the Flash comic book, so my Flash knowledge is pretty limited. Like the bits that I did notice, I'm going to go over. But first things up, in the trailer, from things I noticed as I watched through, was the Reverse Flash. Straight up, he's the one who murdered his mum. I'm guessing there may be some sort of plot twist here where, the Reverse Flash didn't murder his mum, because it seems that it seems to, going into that like straight away, it's just like, that's pretty brutal in the trailer. But yeah, I think this is going to be the main villain of the series, or at least we'll learn more about him as the series progresses. So yeah, Reverse Flash, straight up, like opening minute of the trailer is just like, it shows him like, bang, he's the one who murdered your mother. Does anyone remember when Reverse Flash used to be called Zoom? Just out of interest, I do know enough about the comic books to know that Zoom was the guy who wore the reverse colours to what the Flash did. For those of you who don't know who Reverse Flash is, you could probably Google it or find it on Wikipedia, and it'll give you a little bit more information, or you should be able to watch the show, and hopefully the show will explain it as well. So the second thing I noticed as I was watching through the trailer was the Weather Wizard. Interesting. He's not really wearing like a costume or anything. He's just like straight up like bank robber sort of guy. But he can control the weather. So yeah, it's just the special effects for the weather were pretty cool. It is a TV show, so I can't be judging the special effects like pretty harshly because they're on a limited budget. Like, to say they're not like movie quality would be, they're a TV show. They can't be running away with like a massive budget. They've got to stay within the confines. They've got actors to pay, promotional material. They can't be like running up a sky high CG build to get it on par with movies. That's not going to happen. So yeah, Weather was kind of cool. They're looking at his powers. Yeah, I like that. The next thing we saw in the trailer was a sign for Ferry Fields. So at least we know in this CW universe, which contains Arrow and Flash, and also apparently Suicide Squad, there's going to be a series based around them. We do know Ferry Fields exists, whether Green Arrow exists or not is up for debate. So, he may or may not exist, but there is a nice little reference to Ferry Fields. And next thing in the trailer I wanted to talk about was Barry was walking through the rain and he was holding a magazine above his head, and I had to like pause it to see what it says, and it's showing the I can't remember what the machine's called, the machine that gave Barry his powers, and it's saying, is it safe? I'm thinking they may work in some villain's origins here, where Barry wasn't the only one affected this way. There's other people who have gained powers from that said machine being activated. So I don't mind reworked origin stories so much. I'm sure whatever they do with it will be adequate. If I don't like something, you can be sure I'll be pretty vocal about it. So next thing I noticed in the trailer was the testing of his speed, which was also just after the Ferris airfield. He wears a prototype Flash outfit that is a brighter colour than the new one, and he just sets off running the recording with the speedometer. I think he hits something like 702 mile per hour or kilometers per hour, but I'm pretty sure that bit breaks the sound barrier. So yeah, he's felt like fast. They show the CGI for his running as well, where there's like a lightning trail following him. That's pretty cool, you know, I can get behind that. But I do think we're going to see more of the Barry's eye view camera as it goes through the city, just to keep that CG budget down. They can't, as I say, they can't run up a massive bill here. So I'm going to think we're going to be seeing like more of a Barry's eye view as he goes through the streets. This is a second attempt at a Flash TV show. There was one back early 90s, I think, and I think that's how they did it, with like a Barry's eye view, like of it going through the streets and just using like speeding that footage up. So who knows how they're going to do it, but I think they're going to go with that sort of, you know, going, Barry's eye view just to keep the CG budget down. Next thing that I noticed from the trailer was his outfit. Strange that was the thing. I don't really like the maroon, the darkness of it. I mean, it kind of went with Arrow. They darkened his suit up, like Arrow wore a lighter green, and Barry's in the comics dark green on screen, and they seem to be doing the same with Barry, where in the comics it's a lighter red, and in this it's more of a maroon colour or a crimson. Not too keen on that, but the design of the suit I'm behind. Apart from the colour, I like the way it looks. There was a bit of shirtlessness in the trailer, but I'm not sure the guy who's portraying Barry Allen, that was actually his chest. It was just like, he said like, lightning give me abs, and it turned to a mirror, and like the head was cut off on the mirror, and it was just like showing this like physique guy. Don't go the way Arrow did, with everyone being shirtless every 5 minutes. Just no. The Arrow, Green Arrow, Oliver Queen does show up as well. He will probably show up kind of early in the series, just to show his support and try and get those Arrow fans watching The Flash, for those non-comic book people out there. Anything else? I do think from the trailer we're only seeing like maybe the first 3-4 episodes. I think the first episode is going to be re-showing his origin again, just to get people up to speed, showing his allies, and Barry coming to grips with his abilities, his new abilities, and we might see the villain, the first villain he faces, which will probably be the Weather Wizard, at the end of the first episode, and then we'll get a couple of episodes after that where he deals with the Weather Wizard. I would kind of like to see Captain Cold make an appearance in The Flash, but something tells me that will cost way too much in CG. They could reimagine him in a way where he's kind of like a bank robber, or something along those lines, where he uses a liquid nitrogen gun to keep the costs down, to like freeze the lock and then smash it and gain entry. Who knows, we may even see Captain Boomerang in there. We might. So it's hard to say, it's early days, but other than that, my thoughts on the trailer were pretty positive actually. I'm not as excited as I was for Constantine, and if this comes to to English TV, like I'm pretty sure it will, because the Arrow did, Constantine's still pretty much up in the air. If it came down to I had to pick one or the other to watch because they were showing at the same time, I would definitely pick Constantine. It just seems to be looking the stronger show at the moment, and when they use CGI in that, they can afford to like push the boat out a little, because Constantine doesn't seem to use his powers like all the time, like a character like the Flash would have to, so they're going to like rein that CG budget down. But other than that, yeah, pretty positive. I'm definitely going to watch it. And who knows, I might review the series, maybe episode by episode, but more than likely once the series is over I will then discuss the series as a whole. So yeah, that's all from me regarding the Flash trailer. I've been Ensign Strider, and I should go.